My name is Stephen Fillion. I'm the director of the Faculty Research Group on Immigrant Workers in Minnesota. I've been the director of the research group for 3 years, and I'm one of the primary coordinators of the conference. I think the goal of the conference in a nutshell is to provide students with direct encounter with the people who live in the community that they otherwise wouldn't have. And I think there are a lot of myths and a lot of stereotypes and a lot of confusion about the role of immigrants in both Minnesota and in American society, and for that matter, around the world. And I think that one of the valuable things about our conference is that we're not just presenting a bunch of academics who are telling them about the situation of immigrants that live in this community right near St. Cloud. We're actually bringing the immigrants on campus to these panels to talk about their experiences so that they see what they hear about in the newspapers and in the TV as real live people who are just like themselves, people who are trying to find a way to make a living, people who are raising families, and people who are trying to figure out how best to contribute to this country and all of our development. We'll have keynoters who are talking about issues that are facing immigrant workers in Minnesota and across America, including the problems that they're facing in terms of the ongoing criminalization of immigrants in America and how that's affecting their capacity to carry on their lives as people who want to become full citizens in the United States. We'll be having speakers talk on the topics of also the history of different groups coming to Minnesota as immigrants, who we don't necessarily ordinarily think of when we think of the word immigrant. So for example, one of our keynote speakers will be Christopher Lehman from the Ethnic Studies program here at St. Cloud State University, and he'll be talking about the experience of African Americans as migrants to the United States in the 19th century.
I'm Christopher Lehman, and I'm a full professor in Ethnic Studies, and I'm with the Ethnic and Women's Studies Department at St. Cloud State University. I've just been asked by Dr. Fillion to make a speech about my own research about the immigration of African Americans into the area. In 2011, my book on slavery in the Midwest was published. It's called Slavery in the Upper Mississippi Valley, and I look at slavery that took place in the states of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa. And what I focus on specifically with those states is the trend in Southern migrants bringing their slaves with them whenever they were on temporary government duty or whenever they were on vacation. And then there were some instances in which different Southern migrants came to the Midwest to live permanently, and they brought their slaves with them. And even though this particular part of the country was supposed to be free, different governors and presidents over the decades, from the 1780s to the 1860s, decided to overlook enforcing different laws that had outlawed slavery. And in the case of the temporary government officials, the presidents specifically contacted them and told them that it would be okay for them to break the law and to bring slaves because they would be so badly needed to serve as government officials in these new territories.
The conference is not just about academics, it's about the community. And our research group was put together 3 years ago as part of a response to the President Potter's call for faculty on this campus to put together research groups, centers, and the like that are actively engaged in the community and bring the campus closer to the community nearby. And so one way in which our research group does that at this conference is that we actively encourage people from the immigrant communities to be on the panels and also to even put together panels. The conference is from April 9th to April 11th at St. Cloud State University and Atwood Center.